Where Arts and Adventure summits the airwaves is the Ogden Arts and Adventure Show. I'd say with Oberndorfer and Long, but unfortunately, what are you hiding? I put the camera on you, and then as soon as I put the camera on you, you go hide in the corner. Davis, over here. Oh my gosh. Okay, so Davis is auditioning. Kory's auditioning for the interim co-host.
Oh,
of
yes.
the Ogden
Okay,
Arts
I'm in
and
now.
Adventure Show. So
All right,
okay,
here we go.
he's in now. All right.
Yeah.
I'm Brandon Long, along with Kory Davis.
The best co-host in the land.
Okay, and we are your hosts for the greatest arts and adventure podcast in all the land. We are talking Ogden Avalanche. Kory has something to do with Ogden Avalanche, and there is a backcountry bash, which basically, if you get nothing else out of this podcast today, just know that next Thursday at the front is where you need to be, because that is where there will be copious amounts of adult beverages, and that's how we fund backcountry. Kai is laughing already. Where'd she go? Just spilling beer already. I'm just trying to pitch it. That's all I'm trying to do is pitch it here. Is fund what you do, Kory, all winter long, which
I don't get
we're
paid.
trying to figure out. Well, then where's the money going? What are we doing? Maybe there you have some explaining to do, Kory. Because we raise all this money and then it doesn't go to you. What does it go to do exactly?
It goes to pay our volunteers, which I know is a weird thing to think or say.
Paid volunteers.
Paid volunteers,
That's
right?
a good gig, yeah.
Yeah. So we put on a bunch of free classes and seminars throughout the area, and that's how we pay them, is through this fundraiser. So.
And you make millions of dollars through fundraising.
Billions.
So this
Add a zero, buddy.
for those. That's the poster for those watching on the video. If you're not,
We've gone this old school. You can't even
Go
just
over
upload the actual link I
to-
sent you. Like
that's called work, Kory. And I am not into that right now. So
Okay.
we are doing this poster style. Yeah. See, you can hold that up, and then we'll put the camera there. Beautiful. See, the backcountry bash. Thanks, Kai. Oh my gosh. All right. This is what year is this for Ogden Avalanche? The bash, the backcountry.
It's the
bash.
6th year that we've done it.
6th annual. Okay.
But we canceled one year.
Okay.
So
Well, annual is easy to say. So sixth
6th
time. Weird.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
6th-ish.
6th-ish. And then what? And then there's, so just to explain, there's not just, you don't just go and buy beer and that's where all the money comes from. There's a raffle and there's a silent auction, and so there's donations from the industry and artists, and who are some of the donors in the past?
So our main sponsors are Atomic, down the road here, and then our local beer companies, UTOG, Ogden Beer Co. Got it. And
Roosters. Good.
It's confusing, I'm still
there's only
working out
3.
the Ogden Beer Co. Well, there's
Yeah.
Talisman.
Well, the 3 that sponsor us, right?
Yeah.
Talisman sponsoring too?
Not this year.
Not this
no.
year. Okay. We'll invite them back for next year.
Oh, always.
Yeah,
They were
always.
the original sponsor,
Oh,
actually.
really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, in 2017, that was the only brewery we had there.
Yeah. Okay. And then now,
And then Ogden Zone also.
yes, because we
Can't
have to have
forget
hard
about them.
liquor, or else we're not going to make it through the night. So
Yeah, gin and
yeah,
vodka.
gin and vodka and stuff.
And some Porter's Fire for when it gets real loose at the
Oh
end.
my gosh, I got to move this camera so it looks. There's our hard liquor right there. Yeah. Kory's just somehow tucks in behind the hard liquor every time. I'm not sure how that works.
That's where you'll find me hiding usually, is below the bar.
Below the bar. And then I'm going to do a little focus action on you there. Okay.
Thanks.
Yeah, you keep moving and
Do you
it
have any
focuses
good
on the
filters
microphone.
that make me prettier?
I do, but not in this software here. You're stuck.
Well, what do you do with
you're-
Todd then?
Todd's just naturally beautiful.
Oh,
Yeah, I know. It's hard. It's hard competing with the Todd.
I know.
Yeah.
I need some soft
There we go.
light
That's a
in
little
here.
better. Okay. So I want to. Have you seen the movie on? The movie on Netflix. Is it Buried? Buried?
I have not, but I've heard
Kai
a
saw
lot
it?
about it.
What-
Kai is
Oh, you
thinking
didn't see it?
about
Okay. I started watching it the other night, and then I got tired and had to go to bed or whatever. But it was because it was 8:30
Or
Is
whatever.
what it was.
What else was there?
It was late. It was late. It was like 8:30, 8:45.
I
I got to
understand.
go to bed. I gotta
Yeah.
go to bed. But I got about halfway through. I haven't got to the actual avalanche part yet. So for those who don't know,
it's about an avalanche.
Alpine Meadows, right? In Alpine Meadows is the ski resort in California there,
Yep.
famous area. And wild how many slopes are they're like in a bowl that's like, okay, this is like the worst place to ever set up a ski resort, but alas, there's a ski resort there. And so it was just cool to watch these guys talk about, I mean, 1984 is when the avalanche happened, and so the years before that, leading up to it, you should have seen the way they had to track like this giant paper on all the slopes and what the snow conditions were, and like it was, I mean, you know, and they're kind of, I don't know how much you know your avalanche history here, Kory. So
not much.
That's why I brought it up. But I wanted to know, like, I mean, these guys basically started this stuff, right? Like they were in trying to figure this stuff out. The one guy that was put in charge was like, I don't know, like I'm just gonna have to go out and test the snow and see and all these slopes and everything. Apparently, they got a little overconfident and there was an avalanche that did some major damage. So it's on Netflix. You can check that out.
Yeah. I'll get there.
You'll get there. Do you have Netflix?
Whoa.
I don't know.
I have a television and the internet.
Okay, you're halfway there. Like 3/4 of the way there. You just need a little subscription to Netflix and we're good to go. Okay, so they didn't go over that in your avalanche training.
No.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe someday. When I go back for my master's.
Well, what's the highest you can get in avalanche science right now?
You can get a PhD.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was that ever interest to you?
No, because I'd have to get a bachelor's first.
You don't have a bachelor's? I thought
No.
you did. What?
93% of everything I complete.
So you're 6-7% away.
Yeah. It's too hard.
Man. Where did you go? Weber?
I went a lot of places.
Yeah.
I started in Santa Fe, went to Slick, went to USU.
So,
I do not bleed purple like you.
I don't. Yeah. Well, that's too bad. Don't you come from academic parenting?
Yes.
Okay. Are they disappointed in you? I
like the way this is taking a turn.
I just want to get deep on this right now. All right. Like.
I don't think so. Maybe, probably, but
okay.
Sometimes.
Okay.
Maybe. You know, my sister's a lawyer.
Okay, so she's making up for.
Yeah, she's covering it all.
Okay, very good.
I provided the first grandchild, though.
Props.
Thanks.
Yeah. That's. Okay, I want to. This is pure interview style. Okay.
Sorry.
This is like if you went on an actual podcast and they were gonna like interview you because they don't know you.
Yeah, because we haven't known each other for a long time. And
they're like, Kory Davis with Ogden Avalanche. What's the thing you're most proud of with Ogden Avalanche?
Oof. Right now, I'd say B Street series, honestly.
Yeah.
I really dig it. Like, it's come a long ways. I mean, the first year we did 3.
Yeah, explain what that is for those who don't know.
So we do a lecture series in the winter, end of January, beginning of February at Roosters B Street. Roosters is our primary beer sponsor out west of the tracks out there.
Yep.
I don't know where it is.
What's
that called? The stockyards, right?
Okay, sure.
You know.
Well, they're not out there anymore, so it's
But
B
isn't
Street.
that what that district's called?
No, I don't know. Sure.
I
call it East Ogden. I call it the other side of the tracks.
East Ogden? East is that way, Brandon.
West. Yeah. Good. It's true. It's true. I got confused. It's the other side of the tracks.
Anyways, we digress.
Yeah.
So we started that in 2019, 2020, the winter of, but it started in 2020, obviously. We did that year, and then after that was COVID, which we ended up still pumping those out, and that's when we added the live feed. That's what it's called.
Yeah,
right?
Some video, some live streaming.
Live streaming, thank you. And you know better than me.
Thanks. Yeah.
We have the best live streamer in the
trailer.
South Ogden-ish area.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate
Washington
that.
Terrace.
Yeah.
It's a very specific area. So
I'll take the compliments where I can get them. So, you know.
if you tune in online also, you can watch them. And they're all now on the YouTubes.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's our YouTube.
Most of them are dinged, like, because we play music.
Oh yeah.
So, like, we'll never earn any money off of those things.
Well, no, we don't make any money anyway.
Yeah, you can go watch them.
We're terrible at making money.
But that's true, except for next Thursday.
Except for the bash.
Right.
Anyway, so B Street, we digressed. Yeah, so now it's become 5-part series. For a while we were doing weather, snowpack, I don't know, terrain, accidents, and rescue. It was kind of like a 5-part series, and each part was broken down into those subcategories. And it went in order, right? So it went weather, terrain, or snowpack, vice versa, either or, and then accidents, and then rescue. So like it was kind of like a full year of lessons. 5-part series. This year it's going to be a little chopped up with like different speakers and different spots, because we're bringing in people from out of town that have different experiences than the folks we've tapped into over the last 5 years. And so lining up their schedules with our schedule, like it's going to be kind of more of a hodgepodge this year.
It's actually hard to find that many people who've been buried in an avalanche around here, right?
Yeah, I mean, we're gay. Yeah, kind of. We do fine with that. And the accident one's easy. Finding other intelligent people? No.
we're trying to prevent this from happening. I mean, that's why we're here, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, it's really fun, and a lot of the professionals in the community come out to B Street, and then a lot of our high-end recreational users, new people, people who just want to support the cause. And the place is packed on a regular basis.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what time we start at.
6, 7, somewhere around there. Yeah.
Yeah. But like you have to be there like 4:35 if you want like dinner and a seat before we start.
Mm-hmm.
So show up early, show up often, the usual.
And plan a ride home.
And plan, yeah. We should probably buy a bus with all the money we make.
Oh, yes. Now you're on to, yeah.
Oh, it's the Ogden Avalanche bus. Here they are taking everybody home. Wait, I thought you guys did Avalanche stuff. Well, we also have like a Uber service.
This is not the worst idea. This is a pretty good idea. So that would be a well-used. Yeah, we're going to need a lot of money next Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
So because those little bus vans things are expensive.
Yeah, and there's a lot of people that in the community that are professional avalanche workers that would abuse
benefit. This is benefit.
Yeah, benefit. Sorry, yes.
Yes.
Not abuse.
Right. Totally.
Wait, but can you take me to work? No. We're not going to Snow Basin. This is not the stop.
If you live there, maybe.
Well, they do. That's the problem. I'm not driving up the canyon.
Okay. So that's the thing you're most proud of. I think you did a very good job with that. We do keep those out on videos now, so that's pretty awesome. And there's been there's been tears. There have been emotional. They're really good storytellers that have been brought into that series. So the education in the field, and that's what you pay for.
Yeah.
And what is that? What's Ogden Avalanche allowed to teach? Like, how does that work?
We don't want to compete with our mainly sponsors in the area, like companies that have guiding out for their permits, that sort of thing, providing level 1 and level 2 and professional avalanche education in the Ogden Mountains. So we found a gap there. So we do a Avalanche 101, which is like a beginner course before you would take a level 1, and the intro to backcountry skiing, which would be like, this is the stuff you need to like walk around in the woods, and how you put your skins on. These are your boots. This is how you do your shift bindings, that sort of thing. So we found that niche, and then we offer paid classes there, and then we also put on Know Before You Go avalanche education.
Yeah, that's huge. Now, is that new? Did they change it this year?
I think so.
I think the program's new.
I should have done my research.
So, you were going on a podcast, so you got to study a little bit.
Oof. Well, usually there's other people here.
The smart people. Same here. I usually have Todd. So, he helps a lot. I thought I heard Chad say something about that was revamped.
Okay. You went to their fundraiser.
Well, and I hang out next to the band and make announcements, but I did hear a few announcements. He actually made the announcement that they did an update to the program. I don't know what that means, so I didn't know if you had
No, I don't. I haven't looked at it yet, and I don't. It's not that I won't teach Know Before You Go, but like another part of what we created here with Ogden Avalanche was a way for people to go from nothing to having avalanche education experience or guiding or whatever they want to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
So providing a track from I'm 17 years old and like I think this is what I want to do to like having the opportunity to be able to do that. So that starts with like, shadowing know before you go courses and then start teaching them on your own, shadowing our 101 courses and start teaching them that sort of stuff. And like segueing people into ski patrolling or ski guiding or working for Daniel at the outdoor program or whatever it is they want to do. And we've had really good luck with that. And we've had really good people step in and flow through that track, which is what you said most proudest. So that might be also part of it because like Libby crushed it.
Yeah.
She's like legit now.
Right.
Way more than me.
And she started with Ogden Avalanche?
Yeah, when she was 17.
Yeah.
She was still in high school.
So she graduated?
It's been a couple of years, Brandon. She's married now, Brandon.
I mean, college. That's what it's like. Did she get her degree?
No.
Oh, okay.
She's working on that.
Okay.
But
yeah, high school, obviously.
She used to work for you, remember?
No, I don't remember that. By the way, that place closed down, which that's sad. So,
oh, I know. I saw that the other day. That was why I came here, and then I got distracted.
You got distracted from
when I came over the other day.
Oh.
I wanted some hot goss, and I missed out.
You want it now? I mean,
is that what we're doing in the podcast?
What are podcasts for? It says hot goss. I like that better than what's the tea or whatever. Just give me the tea. The hot goss. What's the hot goss? Gear 30's closed, by the way.
I saw the sign.
Yeah.
And when I saw it, I drove here.
Oh,
and I was like, well, I have posters in my truck. I can act like I'm going to give Brandon posters so I can get the hot goss.
Yeah.
But then I got here and I got different hot goss.
What'd I give you?
About the...
Oh, yeah, don't... Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I mean, I can cut that part, but that's... Got the cameras here. There's hot goss all over the place.
Oh, always, constantly.
Yeah. 2012, I think Gear 30 opened. I want to say. No. 14 maybe?
You were like the primary person.
We don't need to go there. Time goes by. I also got fired from there.
How many times?
Just the one time.
Only once?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, because then you were GM, so you couldn't fire
Then I was
yourself.
hired back, and then I almost fired myself.
Well, you should have.
I kind of did last year. I was like, I'm out. I got to fire myself. I got to be a pro podcaster. So I fired myself.
I thought you were a creative.
Sure.
Okay.
That's sure. I don't know what that means. Kai's actually the creative. She doesn't have a mic, so
she is. There's two.
She doesn't want to use them. That's how creative she is.
It's all ESP.
So that's a tough business, man. And
I know.
I hope someone can figure that out. That's a beautiful building. The building
I know.
was an amazing part of that store. It cost a lot of money to run that building. Yeah. That's part of the problem. And he's actually trying to get retail in there. There was
Mark is.
Yeah, the owner of the building, and there was some talks initially to try to get. It's kind of more of a hook and bullet sort of an expansion into that store. It would change name. It wouldn't be Gear 30. It would have changed, and that still might be an option. There's some people that if I said their names, you'd recognize the names, but they.
I don't know anyone.
But they would come in, and that store I think they do really well there, especially on the hook side, the fishing side. Like, where do you go? Where do you buy all your fishing stuff in Ogden?
Amazon.
Yeah, like Roy. You gotta go to Roy.
You gotta go to Washington Terrace.
It's not. Yeah, so that would have been.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That might be cool there, but like backcountry skiing and all that kind of stuff, I don't know.
It's hard in this town.
Yeah,
because everyone's associated with the industry.
Yeah,
like you really. I mean, you knew it.
Well, those who are in it. So now, but a lot of people are moving here, and I just heard the comment the other day again. Look, people are coming from even just Park City, and Salt Lake. Then they're coming to the Valley and to Ogden. So let's talk about that as far as our mountains go, because one of the reasons we started Ogden Avalanche, and when I say we, I mean you, is because
I put your name on the internet.
Okay, I know. Is because there was we have like our own little ecosystem here, and so talk about how we're a little different than Park City and Salt Lake.
Oh, we're very different.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Ogden.
I mean, yeah.
I think we've been different since the beginning. Right?
Ogden, we're different.
Yeah, since like
Tell your dad that.
18. I own that.
Yeah, I own that. Okay.
If he says it, that's 38 cents to Brandon every time he says it.
He'll mix it up. We're a little different or something like that. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, we're very different. Yeah, so we live in a different climate than Salt Lake, and we're also, I mean, for years we were like the redheaded stepchild. No offense to redheaded stepchildren out there.
None taken.
Yeah. The armpit of Utah. Like, I mean, there were all these like things like, oh, it just smells like meth and dog food, right? Like,
Dog food for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Sometimes.
you can just edit out the other
like
part.
Wednesday afternoon. No, this for whatever reason, the Monarch parking lot, like Tuesday
Reads like
afternoons
dog
or
food.
something when the sun's out. I'm like, oh man, today's one of those Ogden days. It's coming in hot.
I'm just saying, like, I spent time in Salt Lake, and these are like real things that people used to say about the community. And I think there's been a lot of changes that have brought Ogden onto the map. And, you know, some of our elected officials helped with that. And we just wanted to provide a voice.
Some of our friends at the Visitors Bureau have helped with that.
You're just plugging away tonight. I like this.
Just,
Visit Ogden.
it's true.
Where's it going now?
Yeah.
I was on a roll.
You're doing so good. I hate to interrupt, but I love interrupting too.
Oh, I know. I do too. So, yeah, I just think that we wanted a voice in the community that is Utah for avalanche education and information. And we have the Utah Avalanche Center, which is a great resource in the state. But if you've lived in Ogden or spent time in Ogden, you know that everything that is here has been tweaked to the local community. And so we wanted to provide that same thing. So whether it be art or outdoors or mountain biking or trail running, you know, whatever it is in Ogden, like we wanted to have a winter representation at the table. And backcountry skiing and snowmobiling and winter recreation is huge in the state of Utah. I mean, it's on the license plate, right? So we wanted our own voice.
Yeah. You know what? That's so the explosion of the backcountry use by motorized vehicles. How do you help with that?
We don't have a ton of motorized access to avalanche terrain in the Ogden Mountains. I would say Monte Cristo has two like very known paths. Things have changed up there with the introduction of snow bikes, not like pedal bikes, like snow bikes, dirt bikes with
those
timber sleds.
I've only seen them. They're awesome.
Oh, it's so much fun.
Yeah.
So they can get into more secluded places where they could trigger smaller avalanches, things like that. And then the other area would be like the Monte Cristo, Avon Liberty area, like headed up towards Manaway and everything up there. There's large avalanche terrain up there. But besides that, we don't have a ton of mechanized avalanche terrain within the Ogden area. And then going south, like you end up in Morgan, but most of that's private into Morgan and Davis County. So hard to access from public land into private or from private land into public land. So we don't have a ton of it, but it is out there. And we do know before you go classes with Young Automotive. They're our number one sponsor for mechanized, motorized access in the Ogden Mountains. And they're great. And Oliver Young's always been a great supporter of Ogden and the arts and adventure in this.
Do you know
community.
they sponsored us like when we started the Ogden Outdoor Adventure Show years ago?
At Weber State?
Wasn't it Weber because you can't have sponsors there. So as soon as we left there and did the podcast part.
When it was just
they
Subaru?
were yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, yeah, he sponsored everything.
Yeah.
Him and Kim and Pete and like.
Yep.
It's that same group of people that have driven the change in culture in the Ogden area, and I don't know. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's a cool thing.
So how did you get into avalanching? Is it avalanching?
Yeah,
How did you get into avalanching? You start in ski patrol one day, or did you have like or you were like backcountry skiing? All of a sudden you got buried. And you're like, you know what? I should probably learn what I'm doing back here. Like what? Like how did it happen?
I grew up in the Midwest. Moved out west.
Hot spot of avalanche terrain, the Midwest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huge.
Ski Nebraska. Okay.
You know what? I still joke with Henderson, who was like one of the founders of the nonprofit, that I like conned him into it, you know? And he's in Iowa now. So I always joke when people say like,
Oh, and
"Where
he
did
skis. He skis Iowa.
Yeah, where did he go?" And I'm like, "Oh, he runs the Iowa Avalanche Center." And they're like, "Oh, that makes sense." And then they're like, "That's not a thing."
It's a big hill, okay?
It's huge.
Huge. Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, I moved out west, skied in New Mexico, skied in Salt Lake, started backcountry skiing down there, did the avalanche education thing down there, moved up here to ski patrol.
Ski patrol.
Yep.
Okay.
But that really wasn't the driving factor. The driving factor was I was part of the dog program. No hate on the dog program.
Wait, I wasn't expecting hate. You just went right to no hate on the dog program.
No.
Like, what is that?
So I worked as a dog handler at Snow Basin, right? Part of WBR, which is Wasatch Backcountry Rescue, another great nonprofit, do great things in the community. But there has never been a live find from a dog in North America.
Wait, okay, so if you have a dog, they'll find you if you die.
Yeah, because it's just time-wise.
It's a time thing. They can sniff you out, but they're not going to.
They're not going to get there in time.
Okay.
You're not going to have rescuers in time. Like, the whole process takes a while, right?
Okay.
And so what I saw when I was ski patrolling at Snow Basin, which is very short-lived, was avalanche fatalities due to either naive or no knowledge, or like just the information wasn't there. And so I figured, I'm part of this dog program. I'm like pushing that really hard. I really like it. I like animals and dogs. And it's really fun, but this is not the tool if we actually want to save lives in the backcountry. The tool is on the front end and providing avalanche education and information to folks in our community. And so that was sort of the driving factor there. We started teaching avalanche classes with USU down here in the Ogden Mountains. And then Daniel and I, Turner, who's in charge of Weber State's outdoor program, decided to start putting on formalized avalanche training through the Weber State outdoor program, which most of the people in the community have come through as yourself.
Yep.
You have to work at the OP, right?
Yep.
You're nothing if you didn't.
I don't know about nothing, but yeah, not much.
Speck of dust.
Speck of dust.
So
hey,
we started.
You know what? Props to Daniel for raising all us kind, good people in the outdoor community. Yeah.
He's just got like a list, and he's just like, oh my gosh, how did I fail all of these people?
No, he did good work. Proud of Daniel. Yeah.
So we started providing area avalanche education. And then we were able to start the nonprofit and yada, yada, yada. And now here we are. We got nonprofit status in 2019, but Ogden Avalanche was pretty much functioning in the 2016-17 area. We just didn't have money. Mm-hmm. We used to just like drive around in Ben's truck with like envelope full of cash from selling hats.
Yeah.
And like buy beers for people. Well, because like at Shooting Star and stuff, like you would like put microphones. I don't know what you did with the microphones there, but something.
Talked into them.
Okay.
Yeah.
But we would like buy you beers. And that was how it started.
I had you fooled from day one. So
you're like, these microphones aren't connected to anything.
Nothing. And you'll never hear this. So but thanks for the beer. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was where we started, and now we are what we are in the community, which is great.
Which is a force.
Oof. Force, yeah. Small force.
Yeah.
Not like Luke Skywalker or like a tidal wave, but
no.
Maybe
but
like
what I like about what we do now is and like you said from the beginning, the B Street classes. So I remember snowshoeing South Skyline, and like I didn't think twice about ever that I was entering or under any type of avalanche. But there's access to the trails year round, obviously, and on the, we should call this the front side or the city side of the mountains here, you know, the East Bench.
There you go.
So talk about that for those, you know, who sort of are like, well, this isn't for me. I don't backcountry ski.
Yeah. I don't backcountry ski. I don't snowmobile. I don't ski outside the ski area boundary.
I just sled hardcore or something. Like
I mean,
trail run, hike, and then find me a good sledding hill. Yeah.
Will you like trail run to a sled?
It's a new thing.
Oh, yeah. Does it have a name?
Yeah.
Okay. When I come back, you better let me
trail
in
sledding,
so I can know what the pound sign is for that.
Yeah. Hashtag trail sledding 2024.
O-Town Trail Sleds.
I'm the only fan club member right now, but
It's okay.
it's growing
Got to
sport.
start somewhere.
Yeah,
And you're the best at it in the world.
that we know of. Yeah,
True. There's probably some Russian like, oh gosh, there is the
they
Brandon.
crush it. Yeah,
Must beat the Brandon.
I've been working out, so we'll see. I know those Russians don't mess around. So
No.
well, yeah.
Anyways, what were we talking about? Oh, trail running
Or any other.
or sledding.
Yep.
So the Utah Avalanche Center provides the avalanche forecast for the area. I would say if it's high or extreme, like starting to think about where you're going, like if you're going up from Smoky Bear, what's that one called? Coldwater, or like up off the Divide, places like that. There is the chance that you could be involved in an avalanche, have an avalanche involvement, as a non-avalanche recreationalist.
Sure. Yeah.
I don't know how to say it, politically correctness. But yeah, so what we did for that was we partnered with Goal and TFNU with the Erics. Who is the new Goal person? Have you had him on the show?
I don't know if they have a new goal person. I don't know who it is.
Because Bauman retired.
That was very recently. Yes.
Yeah. So we partnered with them, and we've been doing every year now a avalanche education for the non-skier, which, it's not really all encompassing. It should say like non-skier, snowmobile, or whatever, snowboard, or blah, 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 blah. But that's something we've also been doing. Yeah. Which is cool. Because those are also two great nonprofits in the town.
Yes. And it's, because what we want people to know is that there is some level of danger on anytime you're in the mountains and there's snow and
there was a fatality. I know I say it every time on the show, but like above Weber State years ago in the 80s, I think it was the early 90s. I don't know. Like where the fitness trail is now,
Yeah.
There was a fatality right there. Just a runner on the trail. Dog walker, actually.
Got buried.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's crazy.
Right there above Stewart Stadium.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, you pretty much think you're in town. And that's,
But it happens.
Yeah.
Like we're talking that high extreme danger.
Okay, predictions on this winter. We had one of the best winters ever last year. Have you seen, the weather God Bible thing? Like, what do you look at? Like, what's this winter going to do?
Isn't it like something about like how many acorns the squirrel eats?
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of different things.
Oh, you know that one?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I don't really know.
Are we heavy into the acorns? I mean, no.
No, it's a low acorn year.
Low acorn year.
Is that bad? I'm just looking for her to tell me.
Yeah. So okay. Well,
because there's stuff with like fireweed and like all sorts of nonsense that people get into.
The Farmer's Almanac.
Well, that's, I feel like, more trtrustworthy than what most people tell me.
What's the buoy thing doing?
Oh, powder buoy. Yeah, your dad's really into the powder booty,
Yeah.
Powder booty.
Powder booty. That's a different Tuesday night, but that's it. Power booty. What?
Powder booty.
Powder booty. Okay.
That'll be next year's fundraiser.
Oh God.
Yeah, I don't know. People have everything. Like the wind blew out of the southeast on November 7th, so that means that we'll get snow on Christmas sometime in the next couple of years.
Yeah, you can't predict these things.
I know.
So I would like to have another good season.
That'd be
back
great.
to back. We need the snow and
the water, the lake looks great.
So, how does talk about this? Because this is something I learned since I got to know you guys. This is actually good. You don't want it to snow right in October.
Yeah, exactly.
So explain kind of what's the perfect setup for a good snowpack?
And we're in a really good setup right now. I mean, we have a little bit of snow sitting high north, but it's not much to create well-connected avalanches, maybe like last year.
And by well-connected, that's not good.
No, that means
that's not like, oh, they know everybody. Yeah, it's okay. It's
great influencer.
Great, yeah. That's bad. Okay. Just want to clarify.
Yeah. So there is some snow up there, 4 to 5 inches in places, maybe more in other places. But it's out there. I don't see us having a huge avalanche problem unless we get a bunch of snow after Thanksgiving, and then it sits till Christmas, and then it starts snowing, which is when we've set up our fatality years in the Ogden Mountains in the past. So that's something that we in Ogden do have going for us, is we have lower elevation and warmer temps in the mountains, And so we usually don't get as much early season snow like down south in Salt Lake that sits and rots, and then we add a big load, and we see a lot of avalanching. So here in Ogden, since we are lower in elevation, warmer, we don't have as much snow on the ground early season, so it can't fast it through, creating avalanches later down the road. So that is what we have for our
Kai, are you getting
short
messages
rounds.
over there? From so he's listening in real time.
Oh,
He doesn't know,
gosh.
and it's like
He's just tuned in.
yeah, like he knows. He knows.
Beep, 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 beep,
Yeah.
beep, 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 beep.
Yeah. Okay. Well, since you've listened to all of our podcasts, how's Kory doing? As far as he's doing good. He's doing 10 out of 10.
Oh, wow.
He's 10 out of 10. I think that's good though. What else do we need to cover? Anything? I mean, I'm done.
Yeah, I was
I'm done.
just set me up. Showed up and I was like, "Where's Todd?" You're like, "He's not coming."
Yeah, he's not coming. He's not here.
Where's your art person? Oh, we don't have one.
We don't have one. You're on your own, by the way.
Just sweating.
And you did
over
so
it.
good. Yeah, you were nervous, but you did great. So I think that's so. Most importantly, Ogden Avalanche uses Instagram the most. So if you want to reach out or find conditions later,
Yeah,
we did do a little bit of some podcast video casting.
we're gonna
last
do
year.
it next
Okay.
year, this year too. Next
So
year,
what is?
this
Do
year.
you have an idea what it looks like? I think we were trying to do once a week last year.
Yeah, we're
is
gonna
that-
try and do the same. I'm actually gonna schedule it this year,
Okay.
so it's not gonna be like Kory and Brandon in January. Like, hey, we should do this. This is a really good idea.
Yeah. So
But it was a great idea because it was our idea.
and it worked, and it was great. And it's like a weekly roundup of the conditions,
Yeah.
and what to expect and things.
It's from professionals in the community,
Not me, you.
not me.
Yeah. Oh, other people.
Yeah,
Okay, got you. You were helpful. I appreciate that.
I'm just behind the scenes.
But that is on Ogden Avalanche YouTube, so you can subscribe to that. And
Yep.
the Instagram does get quite a bit of
Traction,
attention and traction.
yeah.
So because you guys are very active on that, it's funny. That's a funny. It's funny because you are so active in the winter on that, and everybody, and then it just dead for 6 months
Yeah.
because you're.
What are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do?
What are you meaning at the Sonoran Avalanche Center in the summer, so you're good.
Yeah, you just switch to
Yeah.
that. Okay.
Non-snow avalanche education.
Have you ever been in a sand-avalanche? Sand-avalanche? You ever heard of such a thing? Do they have these
It's
programs in
gotta
the
be.
deserts? I'm just thinking about you in summer work, maybe, is all,
I live in Alaska now. There's not a lot of sand. It's a lot of swamp.
They got big avalanches there.
Well, yeah, but not where I live.
Hmm.
It's flat
It's flat. Where's
flat.
that?
In the interior.
Can't tell me, can you? It's in the interior.
Fairbanks.
Yeah. Okay.
You're going to have to look at the map and be
I
like,
live in
oh,
the
Fairbanks
interior."
isn't on the coast. Weird. Like there's nothing out there. Just swamp.
I thought interior was inland.
It is.
Okay.
But everybody doesn't know where Fairbanks is.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you. I couldn't find it on a map.
It's like right in the middle of the state. It's flat.
Okay.
Lots of trees.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate your time on the program, and then also
Always come back.
that.
If you ever need to
appreciate-
sit in for Todd.
yes, it's not often, but I've heard Kai would do well too, but I just haven't heard her yet. This podcast,
know.
so
She's-
we're waiting.
As the daughter of the voice of Ogden, I expected more voice.
It's a little awkward right now.
I know.
That's what I'm just saying. It's like I can hear the laugh, but it's just barely.
The laugh of Ogden.
The laugh of Ogden. So this is like a meme. It's like this is what happens. The voice of Ogden's, he has
Spawn.
a kid, and they're like, mute. We have a mute. There's no voice coming out at all. It's it. Oh, God. Okay,
I'm glad this is her first time on the show that I got to be a part of it.
it's fantastic.
I know.
Thanks, Kory Davis, Ogden Avalanche again, Backcountry Bash. Where's my blanket fell down. Where's my poster? There we go. Hold the poster up. I got the camera on you. There we go. Yep. Okay. Backcountry Bash. It's kind of hard to see. November 30th at the front. Doors at 6.
Greatest MC in
Doors
Ogden.
at 6.
Not the voice of Ogden.
Not the voice.
but
Just
the greatest MC.
MC. I'll take it.
Okay. Ish.
Ish. Thank you, Banyan One. That's this trailer right here for powering today's episode of Ogden Arts and Adventure Show. Listen and subscribe to the Ogden Arts and Adventure on YouTube. Look for us on Facebook, Instagram, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, thebanyancollective.com. If you want to be on the show, you can DM us on Instagram at Ogden Adventure. and just reach out. So this week's we'll leave you with an outdoor jukebox called "Hold Me Down." Oh gosh, my internet crashed. Okay, that's not the full name of the song. That is I made that part up. This is where's the hold music? You know, like the hold music.
Just
that
elevator
you have?
music.
The elevator.
Yeah.
Hold. It seriously logged me out. You son of a biscuit. All right, let me go. I had it all queued up, ready to go.
I can only,
This is live podcasting. Is that what they call it? Oh man.
Wait, are we live?
No, we're not live.
Oh, okay. Thank Jesus.
No, we're not.
Or whoever you
Whoever's-
believe in.
Whoever's important right now, as far as that goes.
To you as a person.
Yeah. Yeah, I am signed out of all the things. How don't I get signed out of all the things? That's so odd. Okay, let's try this again. I know.
It's because Shane knew that she was here, and he's like, "Watch this!" Bam! He just crashed the whole thing.
Crashed the thing. I don't appreciate that. I'm just gonna throw that out there. Okay. Oh man, finally back in. I think I can cut that up, but people may find that humorous. I have no idea. Okay,
Welcome everyone out to Van Sessions.
That was the wrong one.
That's your voice.
See, because it was. I had it queued. This is why. And then when it logs me out, nothing is queued.
You just wanted to hear your own
And
voice
so-
again.
I got it in, didn't I?
I know.
It's like it's pretty meta because you can hear my voice, then you hear my voice, and
Uh-huh.
you hear my voice. And
The
now
echo of Ogden,
my
Brandon Long.
echo. That is not. Nobody needs to hear that. So this was Embedo, and this was last week's releases. I think we're gonna go with "Hold Me Down," as recorded during Van Sessions every first Friday at the Monarch. Come out, say hi. We'll see you on the next Ogden Arts and Adventure Show.
Well, hold me down. What are you gonna do when I'm not around? Well, if touch is renowned, me and you go round for round and round. But I feel you touch my hand, and I could be your man. We could visit
Beto on Van Sessions.